Hi everyone, I'm Marc Brackett. Welcome to the Dealing with Feelings Strategy of the Week. Today we're going over a strategy to help us support other people in dealing with their feelings. And I want to thank Dr. Alfiee Breland-Noble from the Akoma Project for her insights around this strategy based on our conversation on the webcast. Dr. Alfiee and I talked about a lot of things, but one thing we had in common was that we each had an adult when we were young who really listened to us.
My godmother is an early childhood development professor. Her name's Dr. Mona Thornton. There was just something in her where she could speak to a 10-year-old Alfiee and make me feel like I could do anything, which is what I was getting from my parents anyway. But it was really cool to have someone who wasn't biologically related to me say, "Child, you got this."
When we say that our aunt and uncle listened, we mean they really listened. They didn't interrupt us or cut us off. They didn't rush us when we were sharing our ideas. They weren't pretending to listen while figuring out how to respond to us. So here's my question for you. Are you a good listener? Here's a checklist. Do you multitask when interacting with others? When supporting other people, do you let them do most of the talking? How quickly are you at interrupting to share a thought? Do you allow for silence? Do you even ask clarifying questions? And if you do you listen even more intently after? Research shows that good listeners show genuine interest and have open body language. They want to hear and understand you, and they have the patience to do so. They don't steal the spotlight. Dr. Alfiee and I also talked about the intersection of race and identity and how we get along with other people and how we support them. So here's another important question for you. Do you give everyone in your sphere of influence the same open ear? How about people of different racial and ethnic backgrounds? What about people with different political beliefs? Take a moment to think about the people closest to you at home and at work. Go ahead. Bring them to mind. Now ask yourself, do I give each of these people the same time of day? Do I listen the same to each of these people? Are there any patterns of listening and non-listening? Do you create the space for these people to express their true feelings to you? Do you support them in the same way? You might wonder what the research shows. In one study, people paired with good listeners versus people who were told to be distracted. The people who were listened to felt less anxious, they felt more self-aware, and they reported higher clarity about their attitudes on various topics. That's the power of listening. I'd like to end with a quote from Dr. Alfiee. "The act of witnessing someone listen to you, in and of itself, is healing." Lastly, in the comments below, I'd love to know your thoughts about active listening. I'm also delighted to answer any questions you might have about listening as a strategy for supporting other people in dealing with their feelings. Cheers to becoming a better listener.